Yeah, that's right. I'm jamming out this random elevator-ish rock music in the background as I'm getting ready to do this. I'm Phil Stiefel at Fear and Knowledge on Twitter from Trending in the AM on PSM Media, the best damn morning show there is in the Philadelphia area on YouTube. First and the best. I'm here with my 2022 wide receiver fantasy football ranking, helping get you set for your fantasy drafts as they come up. Get your prep done. I've already done the quarterbacks, you've watched that. I've already done the running backs, you've watched that. If not, go back and watch them. It really helps if you like this video and hit subscribe. Turn the notifications on. We're going to be doing fantasy football videos all year long, all about that 8 to 12 to 14 minutes, smaller, condensed videos throughout the week. So hitting that subscribe button is going to be on YouTube only. You can follow me on Twitter after your knowledge. You can answer any of your questions. If you have any thoughts on the videos, hit me up on Twitter. If you need any advice, if you're middle of the draft and you need advice, hit me up on Twitter. I've always got my phone right here in my hand, ready to go. So we're going to jump right into the running back, or the wide receiver. Sorry, I forgot to say. I'm pre-recording all these videos the same day, so it's all just kind of blending together at this point. So let's get into the top 20 wide receivers for the 2022 season. Let me first say again, as I said in the running back video, running back. I don't care if it's PPR league. You want to draft wide receiver, use this video. But my personal recommendation is always stick to the running back early. There's so much value at wide receiver outside the top 10. Don't worry if you don't get a wide receiver in the first two rounds, guys. Just don't. All right, let's get started with my top 20 fantasy football wide receivers. Actually, real quick, first, guys just outside the top 20, just to think about, they're not 20, this is not 21 through 25. Guys to think about, Michael Thomas did not play at all last year. It wasn't long ago that he was the best wide receiver in football. He might be healthy. Jameis Winston's going to be his quarterback this year in New Orleans. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. I am going to think about where I take him. But he's probably somewhere in that 21 to 25 range on wide receiver for me. Think about it. Hunter Renfrow might lose some touches, might gain some touches with Devontae Adams in Raiders, in Las Vegas. Love Hunter Renfrow, especially in PPR leagues. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, and DeAndre Hopkins, both the Cardinals wide receivers. Brown was with the Ravens last year, in Arizona this year. Hopkins suspended for the first 6 games. Be interesting to see what happens. I'm not a big Hollywood Brown fan. People are. I'm not. Hopkins, if you can get him late enough and stash him until he comes back, it's a great. And Elijah Moore. There are guys I just want you to think about when you're getting into later rounds. If you see these guys in round 6, 7 falling, scoop them up. I doubt all these guys will fall that far, but if they do, scoop them up. All right, so number 20 on my list, Jerry Jeudy, Denver. We're going to see what's going on with Russell Wilson in Denver, if these guys are any good in Denver. I'm not sold on Jerry Jeudy. That's why he's 20. He's still good. If the other 19 guys on this list are gone and you don't have a wide receiver, you could do worse than Jerry Jeudy. But I almost would take a flyer on one of those guys on the outside of the top 25 over Jerry Jeudy. I just don't know about Jerry Jeudy. And I don't know about Denver as a whole. It's a tough division. There's a lot of good defenses in that division. Brandon Cooks, 19. I actually am kind of second guessing this list. I almost want to put Brandon Cooks higher on this list, but this is where I got him. Texans, I mean, there's a chance he gets traded. If he does, he's going to be in a better situation. Davis Mills did not do as bad as people realize. I think he did last year. Brandon Cooks is going to catch 90 passes this year. He's going to have 120 targets, 8, 9 touchdowns. Love Brandon Cooks. Moon, Ra, St. Brown, Detroit Lions, top wide receiver. I love Detroit, what they're doing this year. They're going to be a sleeper. Michael Pittman had a really good season last year with Carson Wentz under center. Now they got Matty Ryan there. You're not going to have much of a drop-off there. If anything, you might get a little bit better, more structured offense there in Indy. But like Michael Pittman Jr. at 17, 16, Jalen Waddle almost had 100 touchdowns. Didn't he have 100? I didn't think my wide receiver stats for this video. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill's going to go deep. And Jalen Waddle's going to continue dinking and dunking and be wide open this year. A lot of catches. He's going to get 100 catches this year. Really, really good chance of that there. And two, he's going to get sleeper this year. If you haven't watched the wide receiver quarterback video, high on Tua this year. Number 15, T. Higgins. Number 2, there in Cincy. You still got Jamar Chase. T. Higgins started to break out last year. Joe Burrow. It's going to be a high-powered offense. Mike Evans, the top guy for Tampa Tom there in Buccaneers. CeeDee Lamb, now the number 1 target in Dallas. Not sure if he's ready for it. He might have got a lot of those open looks because of Amari Cooper. Michael Gallup is now the number 2 guy. Is he going to help open up the field for CeeDee Lamb? I don't know. That's why I've got him down to 13 on my list. DK Metcalf at 12. A lot of people have him lower than 12, in the 18-20 range, because Seattle's a train wreck. Geno Smith's probably a starter. Maybe Drew Lock. Who knows? Who knows? DK Metcalf, I guarantee you by week 3 or 4, is not in a Seahawks uniform anymore. And that's why I've got him here. He's their best target. He's their best offensive weapon. But he's not going to play there all year. And if he does, it's because Seattle magically is this great team. DK Metcalf, people are sleeping on him this year. Terry McLaurin, people are sleeping on as well. I love Scary Terry. With Carson Wentz there now in Washington, they're going to be even better. Carson Wentz, for as much crap as we give him here in Philly, still had 27 touchdowns, approximately 7 interceptions. Still threw for close to 4,000 yards last year. He was still a few years ago an MVP candidate. So they're not going to be bad with Carson Wentz. They might not win a lot of games, but they're going to put up some points. So Terry at 11. Top 10, DJ Moore, underrated in Carolina. Does a little bit of everything. We get to Deebo Samuel in the next slide. Does a little bit of everything. Now you got Baker Mayfield there. Maybe Sam Darnold. The quarterback situation is a little questionable, but both of them are good enough where DJ Moore's a great pick at 10. Number 9, Keenan Allen. Again, the wide receiver core, there are so many great guys. Keenan Allen's a great wide receiver. And yet he's number 9 on my list because wide receiver is so deep. That's why you attack the running back room first. If you don't get Devontae Adams, you don't have to get Devontae Adams. You can get Keenan Allen as the 9th guy off the board at wide receiver and still feel really good about your number 1 wide receiver. That's how good he is. The Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers, Justin Herbert's a sleeper for me for MVP. Right there with Derek Carr. Keenan Allen's going to catch 90 passes, 1,200 yards. Going to score 8 or 9 touchdowns. Keenan Allen at 9. A.J. Brown with the Eagles at 8. I mean, that might be homerish, me putting him ahead of Keenan Allen. I don't know. Maybe that's just a little homer in me because I'm excited about my Eagles. But again, A.J. Brown. The Eagles' offense is going to be stacked this year. No excuses for Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, top offensive line in football. A.J. Brown's going to catch 1,000 yards, 1,100 yards probably for the Eagles this year. He's going to catch 70, 80 balls. He's going to get 8 or 9 touchdowns. A.J. Brown at 8. Number 7, I can't believe Jamar Chase is 7. Jamar Chase is a stud. Young stud wide receiver. And he's 7 on my list because that's how deep wide receiver is. That Bengals offense is going to light it up. They're the best team in the AFC North now. Love Jamar Chase. Number 6, Justin Jefferson with the Vikings. I mean, I said it in my quarterback video. Kirk Cousins is the most underappreciated fantasy football quarterback there is out there. Throws for 4,000, 5,000 yards, between 4,000 and 5,000 yards, 33 touchdowns last year. Nobody even talks about it. Justin Jefferson is a good guy. Hey, look, Adam Thielen. I just drafted him in my fat fish ball in my 7th round. Don't sleep on Adam Thielen. He should be in my 21 to 25 round. Don't sleep on Adam Thielen either. That's a stacked offense. And if not Henry, Devin Cook, if he doesn't get injured this year and stays relatively healthy, that's going to be a high-powered offense there. Now, I don't know if they're going to win a lot of games with Kirk Cousins as the quarterback. He puts up a lot of fantasy points. He doesn't necessarily lead you to a big victory because it's small in the fourth quarter. We're talking fantasy points right now. Justin Jefferson at 6. Still pains me that he's not in my team. Number 5, a guy that a lot of people have, not even in the top 10, Tyreek Hill, because they're not high on Tua Tagovailoa. I can't ever say his name. I'm going to put his name all year long. I don't care. It's going to be funny, actually, by the end of the season, how bad I put the Tua thing. Tyreek Hill is still going to be a top 5 wide receiver this year, guys. He might not get the catches. He might not have 80 catches or 70 catches. But he's still going to put up over 1,000 yards receiving. He's still going to score 8, 10 touchdowns. And we'll see how the targets go between Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. Mike Gesicki's going to benefit from Tyreek Hill. If Tua has improved this year, I think he's going to be. Tyreek Hill is in for another huge season. Deebo Samuel at 4. He is the focal point of the 49ers offense. I don't care if it's Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, or Sugar Shane Falco right back there. There he is. Sugar Shane Falco throwing the ball in San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, he's going to catch the ball. He's going to get the ball out of the backfield. He's going to be a huge fantasy wide receiver. Stefon Diggs, 3. Josh Allen should be the MVP candidate, leading candidate at this point. Stefon Diggs is the number 1 target. No questions there on why. It's just going to be a question mark of whether the Bills could put it all together and get to the Super Bowl. They've disappointed, honestly. They've underachieved, honestly, at this point, and they're still putting up huge numbers. Cooper Kupp, obviously the best wide receiver last year. Will he be able to do it again? They got Allen Robinson in L.A. now. We'll see. Cooper Kupp still being number 2. Cooper Kupp, the best wide receiver last year. I got him at number 2 on my list because I got, of course, Mr. Davante Adams, the new Raiders wide receiver at number 1. Last year had 123 catches, 1,500 plus yards, 11 touchdowns. His receptions, I think, are going to come down a touch. You got Hunter Renfrow, you got Darren Waller, you got Josh Jacobs. Derek Carr's going to spread the ball around. That offense is going to be fire, but he's going to catch more touchdowns. He's going to have 16 touchdowns. Mark my words. He is going to be the most touchdowns for wide receiver this year. He's number 1. I say running back. But if you're going to take a wide receiver in the first round, that's right in the end of your first round. Davante Adams is the one exception in my mind. If you're in a 12-man league and you want to take Adams at 10, 11, 12, all right. I can accept that. Don't do it with 6, 4, 5 guys. Just don't. Because as you saw on that list, there's so many. Jamar Chase plays 7 wide receiver. That's how deep the wide receiver class is in fantasy football this year. So don't waste an early pick when there's a lot of question marks at running back, when there's not as many question marks at wide receiver. Davante Adams, there's one exception. If you want to take a wide receiver in the first round, that's who it would be. Anyway, guys, again, this is my top 25-ish wide receivers, even though I said top 20. Make sure you like this video, hit subscribe, and make sure you're tuning into all the shows on BSMB. I've already done my quarterback and running back. This is my wide receiver ranking list. Yeah, go back and check those out. Stay tuned. Tight end. That'll be the next video coming out, prepping for your draft. And then I'm going to do a final video. I just started thinking about it today of doing a mock. I'm going to do a mock, like first 3 rounds of the draft. Wow. And show you how I would pick all the picks out in the 12-man league in the first 3 rounds. Give you that, advice as well. Again, if you check out Trending in the AM, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. on BSM Media. Every single day live, all the trending topics, sports, and info. Like, subscribe to this video. Yo, help me out there. And again, hit me up on Twitter. Questions, thoughts on this video. Need advice on your draft? At Fear to Knowledge on Twitter. I love helping you all out. So, see you on the next video, guys. Okay. Back.